Refer to figure 2032, communication procedure when inbound to land at Cooperstown Airport. In the event of an emergency, required for a pilot to operate an aircraft over AGL, except water or sparsely populated area, which requires 500 feet. PC notice regulatory information, temporary flight restrictions, Under what condition may an aircraft operate from satellite airport with Class C airspace? Under what condition may an aircraft operate from satellite airport with a Class C? Pilot must contact ATC as soon as practicable after takeoff. Okay, under what condition may an aircraft operate from a satellite airport within a Class C airspace? The pilot must contact ATC as soon as practicable after takeoff. How often must the aircraft's ELT be inspected? Answer: within 12 calendar months of last inspection. Within 12 calendar months of last inspection. A chair-type parachute must have been packed by a certified and appropriately rated parachute rigger within the preceding answer 180 days. 180 days. Refer to Figure 20, Area 3, determine approximate latitude and longitude of Kerchunk County Airport. Answer: 36 degrees 24 inches north by 76 degrees 1 inch west. What is the antidote when people have what is the antidote when a pilot has the hazardous attitude such as anti-authority? Answer: follow the rules, follow the rules. Anti-authority, follow the rules. Clouds, fog, or dew will always form when? Answer: water vapor condenses. Water vapor condenses. What is the approximate base of the cumulus clouds if the surface air temperature at 1,000 feet MSL is 70 degrees and the dew point is 48 degrees? Answer: 6,000 feet MSL, 6,000 feet MSL. FAA advisory circulars containing subject matter specifically related to airmen are issued under which subject number? Airmen 60. Answer is 60, 60. Refer to Figure 48. What is the difference between Area Area A and Area E on the airport depicted? Answer: A be used for takeoff. E may only be used the VOR receiver has indicated. A global positioning system will give you exact geographic position. Answer: at any point on the globe, at any point on the globe. Refer to Figure 21, Area 2. The CTAF multicam frequency for Garrison Airport is? Answer: 122.9 megahertz, 122.9 megahertz. Command operating under basic mechanical. Answer: no. Basic med is only valid in the United States, Mexico, and Bahamas. Basic med only valid United States, Mexico, Bahamas. What is the action of an airplane if the ball inclinometer moves to the left during a left turn? Left on left, slipping. Left on left, slipping. Left L, slipping. The airplane is slipping. For compensation or hire. Do not carry passengers or property for compensation or hire. If receiver autonomous integrity monitoring RAIN capability is lost in flight, receiver autonomous integrity monitoring RAIN capability is lost in flight of the GPS position. Refer to Figure 19. How are how are significant weather prognostic charts best used by a pilot? How are significant weather prognostic charts best used by a pilot? Answer: for determining areas to avoid freezing level and turbulence. For determining areas to avoid. Weather service. You listed the winds and active runway. While inbound to a non-towered airport without automated service, you listen to the CTEF and hear no other aircraft on the frequency. How can you determine the winds and active runway? Answer: call on the CTEF and request airport advisory. Call on the CTEF and report airport advisory. The recommended entry position to an airport traffic pattern is: answer: to enter 45 degrees at the midpoint of the downwind leg at the traffic pattern altitude. Enter 45 degrees at the midpoint, downwind leg, traffic pattern altitude. Which weather condition should you expect when flying near cumulus clouds? Which weather condition should you expect when flying near cumulus clouds? Answer: turbulence, turbulence, turbulence. The person directly responsible for the pre-launch briefing of passengers for a flight is the answer: pilot in command, pilot in command, pilot in command. What is wake turbulence? Answer: the counter rotating vertices off the wingtips of an airplane generating lift. Counter rotating vertices off the wingtips of an airplane generating lift. An ATC clearance provides: answer: authorization to proceed under specific traffic conditions in controlled airspace. Authorization to proceed under specific traffic conditions. Aircraft may exist in areas such as acrobatic or abrupt flight maneuvers. So training activities that necessitate acrobatic or abrupt flight maneuvers. What is the minimum pilot certificate for flying in Class D airspace? Answer: there is no minimum pilot certificate that is specified for operations in Class D airspace. Class D airspace does not have a no minimum pilot certificate specified for operation in Class D airspace. Which statement is related to Bernoulli's principle? Oil causes lower pressure on the top surface. Air traveling faster over the curved upper surface of an airfoil causes lower pressure on the top surface. If the aircraft's radio fails, what is the recommended procedure when landing at a controlled airport? Answer: observe traffic flow, enter the pattern. Look for a light signal from the tower. Observe the traffic flow, enter the pattern, and look for a light signal from the tower. FAA advisory circulars, some free, others at cost, are available to all pilots and are obtained by: answer: ordering those desired from the government base underlying Class B airspace. The maximum speed authorized is Class B, underlying Class B. 2. What altitude turns? Answer: VA maneuvering speed. VA maneuvering speed. VA is maneuvering speed. Crests of standing mountain waves may be marked by stationary lens-shaped clouds known as: answer: standing lenticular clouds, standing lenticular clouds, standing lenticular clouds. speeds in excess of 250 knots. IFR to operate VFR while within Class D airspace when visibility is a special visibility is answered at least 1 mile and the aircraft can remain clear of clouds. At least 1 mile and the aircraft can remain clear of clouds. Which incident would necessitate an immediate notification of the field office? Answer: in-flight fire, in-flight fire, in-flight fire. Altimeter 1. Refer to figure 3. Altimeter 1 indicates answer 10,500 feet, 10,500 feet, 10,500 feet.
Next
26, Area 1. What type of airspace is over Donaldson Airport? Answer: G. Surface, but not including 1,200 feet ATL, Class E airspace, 1,200 feet AGL up to, but not includes the hazardous attitude such as invulnerability. Answer: me. Invulnerability, it could happen to me. When telephoning a weather briefing facility for a pre-flight weather information, pilots should state answer whether they intend to fly VFR only. Whether they intend to fly VFR only.
What? Is it apply sunscreen?
If the outside air temperature OAT at a given altitude is warmer than the Area 1, what minimum radio equipment is required to land and take off in Norfolk International? Answer: Mo.travelin transponder, two-way radio, ADS modes. An electrical system failure, battery and alternator occurs during flight. The presence of cumulus clouds indicate unstable air with clear visibility. Unstable air clouds are a lifting action and unstable moist air. Unstable moist air. The sign is a visual clue that confirms aircraft location to be on taxiway Bravo. Aircraft location to be on taxiway Bravo. Command in that aircraft category, class aircraft category, glider. When making routine transponder code changes, pilots should avoid inadvertent selection of code. Answer: altitude turn. 4. Determine the aircraft load moment and aircraft weight. 1,050 moments over 1,000 doesn't give the moment. I have to calculate that. Weight times arm. Fuel 48 gallons. Answer: 79.3 liters added saturated air. Answer: evaporation and sublimation. Evaporation and sublimation. Refer to Bonham vortex. Area 3. Aircraft is positioned over the top of solar protrusions, disrupting flow of air. For the figure 22, area 2, figure 31. Self-announced positions and attentions. Answer: quarter line 100 radiation, terrestrial radiation on a clear, relatively still night. Answer: terrestrial radiation. You got any more things out there?
You need one?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna steal one because answer wind direction. Change answer wind direction. Across the front, change in wind direction. For the figure 67 during your answer, what is the limitation of using GPS without RAM capability? Answer. What is the limitation of using GPS without RAM capability? The pilot would not be alerted that the navigation solution had determined and undetected navigation error could occur. Answer. The pilot would not be alerted that the navigation solution had deteriorated and an undetected navigation error could occur. The pilot deteriorated and undetected navigation error could occur. GPS. How can you determine if another aircraft in the other aircraft? There will be no ultimate answer. Solar heating. The term angle of attack is defined as the angle between the answer chord line of the wing and relative wind. An aircraft equipped with advanced avionics, electronic flight instruments, glass cockpit, and answer to fly Class C airspace or operating figure 69 on a cross-country lead in flight. Class C must have each PSC must have confirmed others. VSO. The answer is VSO. Stall occurs. Answer. The smooth airflow over the wing becomes turbulent, reducing lift. Smooth airflow over the wing becomes turbulent, reducing lift. You recommend takeoff speed. More or reaching recommended takeoff speed. Refer to figure 72. What often visual flight views before? Answer. Continual light into characteristics of moist, unstable air. Answer. Cumulonimbus clouds and showery. What type of turbulence would a pilot expect in a severe, nemesis, severe? Military air green flashes, two quick white flashes between surveillance broadcast, ADSB, automatic surveillance broadcast, ADSB. Answer: overflying Class C airspace below 10,000 feet MSL. Overflying Class C airspace below 10,000 feet. 1,000 feet. Inbound in operation. A pilot should self-announce on multi-com frequency. Answer: 120, 122.9. Which publication covers procedures required for aircraft accidents and incidents reporting responsible for pilots? Publication code 830. NTSB part 830. 830. What conditions are necessary for the formation of thunderstorms? Answer: high humidity, lifting force, unstable conditions. High humidity, lifting force, unstable conditions. Refer to figure 75. Find Gila Bend F. Oggs Airport, GFX, in Area 6. What class of airspace is it in? Answer: D, D, D. How should an aircraft pre-flight inspection be accomplished for the first flight of the day? Answer: thorough. It's thorough and systematic means recommended by the manufacturer. Thorough and systematic means recommended by the manufacturer. What document must be on board the aircraft and legible to passengers and crew? What document must be on board the aircraft and legible to passengers and crew? Where should you perform the pre-takeoff check at the airport? Where should you perform the pre-takeoff checks at the airport? Answer: run-up area near the takeoff end of the runway. Run-up area near the takeoff end of the runway. Where may an aircraft's operating limitations be found? Answer: in the current FAA-approved flight manual, approved manual material, markings, and placards, or any combination thereof. In the current FAA-approved flight manual, approved manual material, markings, and placards, or any combination thereof. What action should you take if your approach becomes unstable when less than 5? What can happen when a pilot experiences an illusion while approaching to land on a runway that is narrower than the typical runway width, with the risk of striking objects along the approach path or possibly landing short? Pilot will fly a lower approach. Refer to Figure 8. What is the effect of a temperature increase from 3 the pressure altitude remains 3,000 feet MSL? Answer: 1,000 foot increase, 1,000 foot increase, 1,000 foot increase. What does the outbound destination identify? Answer: identifies direction to take off runways. Identifies direction to take off runways. One purpose of dual ignition system on an aircraft engine is to provide for. Answer: improved engine performance, improved engine performance, improved engine performance. One of the main functions of flaps during approach and landing is to. Answer: increase angle of descent without increasing airspeed. Increase angle of descent without increasing airspeed. What action, if any, is appropriate if the pilot deviates from ATC instructions during an emergency given priority? Is given priority. What action, if any, is appropriate if the pilot deviates from ATC instructions during an emergency and is given priority? Answer: file a detailed report within 48 hours to the chief of the appropriate ATC facility if requested. File a report within 48 hours to the chief of appropriate ATC facility if requested. In what flight conditions must an aircraft be placed in order to spin? Answer: stalled, stalled, stalled. For the Figure 52, traffic in effect at Lincoln Municipal Airports are. Answer: to the left of runway 17 and runway 36, to the right of runway 18 and runway 35. Left 17 to 36, right 18 to 35. For the Figure 25, Area 2, the control tower frequency for Addison Airport is Addison Airport 126 megahertz. 126 megahertz. Red light followed by a flashing red is received from the control tower. Under these circumstances, the pilot should. Answer: exercise extreme caution, abandon the approach, realizing the airport is unsafe for landing. Exercise extreme caution, abandon approach, realizing airport is unsafe for landing. Refer to Figure 36. With a reported wind of 20 knots, runway 62932 is acceptable for use of an airplane with 13 knot maximum crosswind component? Answer: runway 32, runway 32. Prohibited area is airspace designated under Part 73 within which? Answer: no person may operate aircraft without permission of the using agency. No person may operate an aircraft without permission of the using agency. What measure can be used to determine the stability of the atmosphere? Answer: actual lapse rate, actual lapse rate. Refer to figure 40. What is the approximate ground roll distance necessary for takeoff under following conditions? OAT, 90 degrees, pressure altitude 4,000 feet, takeoff weight 2,600 pounds, headwind component 20 knots. Answer: 800 feet, 800 feet, 800 feet. Time critical aviation information can be found in. Answer: NOTAMs, NOTAMs, NOTAMs. Attitudes occur to every pilot to some degree at some point, at some time. What are some of these hazardous attitudes? Answer: anti-authority, impulsivity, macho, resignation, and invulnerability. Anti-authority, impulsivity, macho, resignation, and vulnerability. What instrument is affected in a glass cockpit airplane when air data computer ADS fails? Airspeed indicator, airspeed indicator. Determine the maximum wind velocity for a 45-degree crosswind with a maximum crosswind component for the airplane is 25 knots. Answer: 35 knots, 35 knots, 35 knots. How can a pilot use GPS altitude in flight? Be used as primary. The minimum controllable speed, the minimum controllable airspeed, as defined as any further increase of angle of attack will cause a stall. A stall is more than 1,200 feet, but 10,000 feet. The minimum flight visibility for VFR flight at night is. Answer: 3 miles, 3 miles, 3 miles. What does a runway hold position sign indicate? Answer: a runway hold position sign indicates that an entrance to a runway from a taxiway. A runway hold position sign indicates entrance to a runway from a taxiway. What designated airspace associated with an airport becomes inactive when the control tower at that airport is not in operation? Class D, which becomes Class E. Class D, which then becomes Class E. Pre-flight action, as required for all flights away from the vicinity of an airport, shall include. Answer: an alternate course of action if the flight cannot be completed as planned. An alternate course of action if the flight cannot be completed as planned. Carburetor ice is most likely to occur when temperatures are. Answer: below 70 degrees Fahrenheit and relative humidity is above 80%. Below 70 degrees Fahrenheit and relative humidity is above 80%. Refer to figure 20. Area 1, Nalf Fetris NFE. NFE airport is in what type of airspace? Answer: Class E, Class E, Class E. If the grade of fuel used in an aircraft engine is lower than the specified for the engine, this will most likely cause. If the grade of fuel used for an aircraft engine is lower than the specified for that engine, it will most likely cause detonation. Detonation. What are characteristics of unstable air? Turbulence and good surface visibility. Turbulence and good surface visibility. What? Refer to figure 36. What is the maximum wind velocity for a 30-degree crosswind with the maximum crosswind component of the airplane is 12 knots. Answer 24 knots, 24 knots, double. Refer to figure 64 on the airport diagram. Which symbol indicates holding position marking for taxiway intersection? Answer E. The order of operations regarding the strokes typical four-stroke per cycle airplane engine is answer intake, compression, power, exhaust. Intake, compression, power, exhaust for four cycle. Where should a private pilot record preventative maintenance actions performed on an airplane? Answer maintenance logs, maintenance logbook. At what minimum distance should a pilot report near mid-air collisions to FAA? Answer 500 feet, 500 feet, 500 feet. What document must be in your personal possession or readily accessible in the aircraft while operating as a pilot in command of the aircraft? Answer an appropriate pilot certificate and an appropriate current medical certificate if required. Pilot certificate, medical certificate for you. The angle of attack at which an airplane wing stalls will answer remain the same regardless of gross. When executing an emergency approach to land a single engine airplane, it is important to maintain a constant glide speed because variation in glide speed will answer nullify all attempts at accuracy measurement of gliding distance and landing spot. Notify all attempts at accuracy in judgment in gliding distance and landing spot. Refer to figure 47. Illustration A indicates the aircraft is answer on glide scope on glide slope. What aircraft lights are required to use flying at night as a private pilot? Answer position lights and anti-collision lights. Position lights and anti-collision lights. A weather briefing that is provided when the information requested is 6 or more hours in advance of the proposed departure time. Is the weather briefing that is provided when the information requested is 6 or more hours in advance of the proposed departure time is an outlook brief, an outlook briefing, an outlook briefing. While approaching to land, the pilot had to perform basic maneuvers to avoid near mid-air collision. NMAC. Pilot and flight crew members should report this incident immediately. Answer by radio or telephone to the nearest FAA ATC facility or FSS. Refer to figure 21. The terrain elevation of the light tan area between Minute Area 1 and Albadan Lake Area 2 varies from answer 2,000 feet to 2,500 feet MSL. 2,500 feet MSL.
Yeah.
Refer to figure 63. At Toledo Executive, find the length of displaced threshold for runway 22. Find the length of displaced threshold for runway 22. Answer 380 feet, 380 feet, 380 feet. For the figure 25, at which airport is fixed wing special VFR not authorized? Refer to figure 25. At which airports is fixed wing special VFR not authorized? Answer Dallas Fort Worth International and Dallas Love Field. Dallas Fort Worth International and Dallas Love Field. When does a plastic U.S. student pilot certificate expire? Answer never, never, never. Which statement best defines hypoxia? Answer: a state of oxygen deficiency in the body. A state of oxygen deficiency in the body. Which aileron position should a pilot generally use when taxiing in strong quartering headwinds? Which aileron position should a pilot generally use when taxiing in strong quartering headwinds? Answer: from the side which the wind is blowing. Headwind up. For aviation purposes, defined as the height above the Earth's surface of the answer lowest broken or overcast layer or vertical visibility into an obscuration. Lowest broken or overcast layer or vertical visibility into obscuration. Lack of sufficient oxygen to the body resulting in impairment is hypoxia. As you are climbing into cruise, as you are climbing to your air mixture entering the engine. Answer: fuel air mixture becomes richer because the density of air decreases while the amount of fuel remains constant. To adjust the fuel settings. The width of federal is answer: 4 nautical miles, 4 nautical miles, 4 nautical miles. Per to figure 40, determine the approximate ground roll distance required for takeoff. OAT, 38 degrees. You say something?
Something else.
What? Okay. OAT, 38 degrees Celsius. Pressure altitude, 2,000 feet. Takeoff weight, 2,750 pounds. Headwind, calm. Answer: 1,150 feet, 1,150 feet. The radius of the procedural outer area of Class C airspace is normally answer: nautical miles, 20 nautical miles, 20 nautical miles. 4 passengers can be carried in an aircraft that has been altered in a manner that may have appreciably changed its flight characteristics. It must be flight tested by an appropriately rated pilot who holds at least a answer, private pilot certificate before passengers can be carried in a aircraft that has been altered in a manner that may have been appreciably changed. Private pilot certificate. If you feel that your thoughts are leading to a hazardous situation, you should label that thought as hazardous and then correct the thought by stating the corresponding learned antidote. What minimum radio equipment is required for VFR operations within Class B airspace? Two-way radio communication equipment, a 4096 code transponder, encoding altimeter, an ADSB out. Altimeter and ADSB out. With certain exceptions, when must each occupant of an aircraft wear an approved parachutes? Answer: when intentionally pitching the nose of the aircraft up or down 30 degrees or more. Most of the heat caused by internal combustion is eliminated via answer: the exhaust system, the exhaust system, the exhaust system. Under what conditions is pressure altitude and density altitude the same value? Answer: temperature, standard temperature, standard temperature. For the figure of 49, runway 18 and 36 have displaced thresholds. What do the 3 arrows represent between the beginning of the runway and the displaced thresholds? Answer: the area with the arrows cannot be used for landing. The pedostatic system drives the answer: airspeed indicator, altimeter, and vertical speed indicator. Airspeed indicator, altimeter, and vertical speed indicator. For the figure 8, determine the pressure altitude at an airport that is 1,386 feet MSL altimeter setting of 29.97. Answer 1,341 feet MSL, 1,341 feet MSL. You define an air mass as answer large body of air with uniform temperature and moisture. During approach to a stall, any increased load factor will cause the plane to answer stall at higher airspeeds. Stall at higher airspeeds. An aircraft's annual inspection was performed on July 12th this year. The next annual inspection will be due no later than answer July 31st next year. July 31st next year. How can a military airport be identified at night? Answer dual peaked, too quick, white flashes between green flashes. Dual peaked, too quick, white flashes between green flashes. For the figure 48, the portion of the runway identified by letter A may be used for answer taxiway, takeoff, taxiing, and takeoff. In the northern hemisphere, the magnetic compass will normally indicate the initially turn toward the east if answer a left turn is entered from a north heading. Is entered from a north heading. For the figure 15, in the TAF from KOKC, the clear skies become answer overcast at 2,000 feet during forecast period between 2200 Zulu and 2400 Zulu. KOKC become overcast 2,000 feet during forecast period between 2200 Zulu and 2400 Zulu. What information should be entered in a level field for item 15 on the International Flight Plan form? For the figure 51, what information should be entered in the level field for item 15 on the International Flight Plan form? Answer VFR, cruising altitude, VFR, cruising altitude. An airplane has loaded the social matter that the CG is located after this of the aft CG limit. One undesirable flight characteristic a pilot might experience with this airplane be